If you're getting little to no matches on dating apps, it's because your photos suck. But don't worry, I'm here to help you fix that. I spent years figuring out what makes a good dating app photo, how to take them for myself, and then applied what I learned to get insane results for other guys. I'll be going over 3 main points you need to get right on each photo so it can help you get more matches. Number 1, it needs to be high quality so it looks sharp and polished. Number 2, it makes you look attractive by presenting you at your best. And number 3, it makes you seem interesting so women actually want to know more about you. If done right, your photos should give you a competitive edge on dating apps, which means more matches, better combos, and better dates. This matters because women decide in seconds whether to like or not. A bad photo? Instant no. But a great photo gives you a much better chance. It's all about perception, and you can't afford to get this wrong. The first thing you need to do is make sure your photos are as high quality as possible. If it looks like you didn't put effort into the shot, then women won't put effort into swiping right on you. You want to make sure you're clearly shown and utilize elements of good photography so that your photos look clean, polished, and intentional. Let's break it down. First, you'll want to use the best camera that you have. If you have a handheld camera and know how to use it, that's ideal. Otherwise, modern smartphones work great, as most have 12 plus megapixel cameras and built-in features like portrait mode, autofocus, and exposure adjustments. Plus, most dating apps are optimized for using photos straight from your phone, so it's more than enough. Next, let's talk about picking the background. Your background plays a huge role in how polished and put together your photo looks. A cluttered or distracting background can take attention away from you and make the image feel sloppy or unprofessional. On the other hand, a well-chosen background enhances your presence, adds depth, and makes your profile look more high value and intentional. You'll want to put some thoughtfulness into where you have your photos done and make sure that they're aesthetic, clean, and also free of unnecessary distractions. Next is framing and angling. You want to position yourself intentionally within the shot. This work will mostly be done by the person who's shooting, so make sure they know what they're doing. For the most part, you'll want to be in the center of the shot. If you're awkwardly off to the side, it can make the image look poorly composed if it's not set up that way. Keep the composition intentional, and don't cut yourself off unnaturally. For the angle, you'll want to create a balanced and aesthetic look, which works by keeping the camera straight on or slightly angled upward. We want to look candid and natural without awkwardly distorting your look. I usually get these angles by moving close to the subject and going down on a knee. So that's how you know I'm a pro. God, I'm breaking my body for this. Dude, my knees are sore as hell. Next is lighting. Good lighting is absolutely crucial because we need to be able to see who you are. If you're outside, you want to make use of natural lighting and position yourself to have that on you, not against you. If you're taking indoor shots, make sure that you're in a well-lit area or use flash to add light. Do your best to get good lighting from the start, as you can always adjust it with editing later, but you can never fix bad lighting. Then we have focus and stability. A blurry or out of focus photo instantly lowers your perceived value because it looks careless, and that's how women will see you. A crisp, well-focused image makes you look more polished, confident, and attractive. There's 2 things you'll want to do here. One is making sure that you are properly framed as the subject, so you will turn out as the sharpest part of the image with the background slightly blurred if using portrait mode. Second would be to ensure stability as you're taking the shot. It takes steady hands if someone else is doing it for you, but if you're doing it on your own, you should use a tripod. Unnecessary camera movement can cost you a lot of photo quality quickly, so be mindful of this. Lastly, you'll want to keep editing minimal and natural. These photos are digital assets, so you can adjust the brightness, contrast, colors, and details to make it pop out more. But if you overdo it, then your photo will look fake and lower your perception. Beyond just technical quality, a photo is also judged by the effort it took and the value it presents. This includes outfit choice, facial expression, pose, and overall presentation. Let's compare different types of photos. So for high effort and high value, we have photos from a professional photo shoot done right. These shots are well planned out and nail the execution on all of the points from earlier. For low effort and low value, we have selfies that are taken by most guys. Selfies are mostly terrible for average guys because they don't put a lot of thoughtfulness into it. They pick somewhere unflattering like a bathroom or dirty mirror, do a random pose, and then roll with it without any care in the world. That's the main difference from a selfie that an attractive guy would take, which would be low effort but high value. While it is the same style of shot, most attractive guys have enough self-awareness to clean up their looks and surroundings, which makes all the difference when it comes to perception. Plus, being hot is the best way to get more matches on dating apps. But if you're not, then you just need to put in more work. And finally, for high effort but low value shots, we have hobbyist photo shoot pics. Just because someone has a fancy camera doesn't mean they know how to take effective dating app photos. These photographers don't plan outfits that enhance attractiveness, don't direct posing to maximize appeal, and don't understand what actually gets results on the apps. Instead, they'll take technically high-quality photos of you just for the sake of it, placing you at random landmarks and posing you like it's school picture day, not to mention the heavy effects and editing. This can actually hurt your profile by making you look stiff and juvenile, when the same effort could have been used with someone that would have gotten you right the first time, like me. The last thing I want to mention is that you shouldn't be afraid to take a lot of shots to ensure that you get the best one. Some people are lazy and only take a few, but if you're already putting in the effort to dress well and prepare for a concept, why waste that effort by rushing the shoot? Taking more shots allows you to fine-tune your pose, angle, and expressions so you can fully nail the look you're going for. You can always make slight tweaks through editing, but editing can't fix bad execution. No amount of filters will save poor lighting, awkward angles, or weak composition. So it's always better to get it right in the moment rather than relying on fixes after the fact. Now let's move on to point 2, which is looking attractive in your photos. Being attractive isn't just about being a good looking guy. It means optimizing everything in your control to highlight your best features and making sure that each photo matches the energy of its setting. Even an average looking guy can significantly improve his appearance by making the right adjustments to his styling, grooming, posture, and expressions. So let's start with your outfit. Showing good style helps you be perceived as more masculine, confident, and put together. You want to wear clothes that fit you well, have good color coordination, and match the setting. You can visually demonstrate thoughtfulness by having good outfits that are congruent with your photo concepts. An easy way to do this is to use minimalistic pieces in neutral or solid colors. We're talking dark colored shirts layered with a well-fitted jacket or overshirt, combined with dark colored pants. Avoid using ill-fitting or heavily branded clothes as they make you look more juvenile and less stylish. Throw in some accessories like a chain or a watch when it's appropriate for some extra swag. Grooming is self-explanatory. Women notice details, and taking care of the basics is a quick way to improve your attractiveness. Messy and unkept hair looks lazy, so figure out the best hairstyle for yourself and make sure you have that going for a fresh cut before you get your pictures taken. Now let's talk about posing. It's much easier to find the best pose when you've planned out your concepts and have inspirational shots to draw from. Are you doing a walking photo in the middle of a road, a sitting pose facing sideways, or a standing body shot? If you already know what type of pose you're going for, you can start there and experiment with different looks. The goal is to find the most appealing pose that makes you look attractive, masculine, and confident. Let's go over how I work with a sitting shot as an example. So the first step is to get the person to act naturally. The concept for this shot is for the subject to sit on the sofa facing forward. So we start with some natural forward sitting. Then we put a leg up and then an arm out. We want to make one or multiple adjustments every few shots so we can test looks relentlessly. Leg up, switch legs. One arm out, both arms out. Head angled one way and then the other. This includes facial expressions as well. We test no smiles, light smiles, big smiles, and shots looking at or away from the lens to see what fits best. You want to keep doing this until you can feel out the perfect combination of choices that looks the best, and then lock that pose down while shooting away so you can ensure you get a perfect shot. Same thing with walking shots. You want to make sure you're not just capturing any step, but the one where it looks most natural and appealing. And since not every guy looks the same emulating certain poses, I stay flexible with how I direct shots. Some guys are naturally more photogenic and can pull off stronger, more dynamic poses, while others might look awkward trying to do the same thing. In those cases, I have them do simpler, more natural poses that still align with the concept. The goal isn't to force a pose that doesn't fit, it's to find what works best for each person while still executing a high quality, intentional shot. The third and final point in making a good dating app photo is looking interesting. You have a life and you've probably traveled, had unique experiences, or have hobbies that set you apart. But a big mistake most guys make is focusing on the interesting element itself without showing how they're personally connected to it. We got guys trying to create value by using pics of places they went to, their cars, their pets, or their credit scores. But this just looks lazy, sleazy, and try hard. What you want to do instead is make yourself the focal point while seamlessly incorporating those elements. This is especially effective in tour shots, hobby pictures, or those taken during exciting moments. The goal is to blend high quality execution with an attractive presentation so that the most interesting part of the photo is you. So for some examples, we can position and pose ourselves to look attractive with a festive background. We can use props as supporting objects instead of just using a photo of said object. We can dress up, pose accordingly, and use props to create effortless, high-status appeal without coming off as forced or try-hard. So that covers the fundamentals of making a good dating app photo. But in order to have a strong profile, you need to not only do this for every single photo you use, but you also need to think about how all of your photos work together as a set. Each picture should serve a specific purpose that shows a different side of you while still feeling cohesive. A good dating app profile isn't just a random collection of photos, it's a curated lineup that tells a story about who you are. If all of your pictures look the same or feel disconnected, you'll come across as one-dimensional. To build an engaging profile that stands out, you need to focus on variety, progression, and intentionality. So simply put, each photo should be unique, meaning you shouldn't repeat locations, outfits, or exact poses in your lineup. Not doing so makes you look lazy and uninspired. That includes facial expressions as well. Have some looking at the lens and some looking away. That's why it's crucial to plan and curate enough different concepts to create a complete portfolio for your profile. Apps like Hinge require 6 photos, so that should be the baseline every guy aims for. It wouldn't make sense to do 4 good photos and then throw in 2 random pics, as that just kills the momentum of your profile. If you're going to half your portfolio, then you're going to fully miss out. And the thing about group photos is that they're not necessary because dating apps are all about perception, and most guys don't benefit from them. They're often cheesy, poorly framed, or low effort. And if you're not the clear focus, you'll just blend in. Plus, if you're surrounded by less attractive friends, it can actually lower how women perceive you. Instead of relying on a group shot for social proof, just plan and execute high-quality solo photos, where every picture is well composed, stylish, and engaging, and women will naturally assume you're socially interesting without needing to see you in a group. It's worked for me and every single guy I've worked with. So if you follow all of these principles, your photo lineup will stand out from the sea of guys with lazy, low-effort profiles, which means more matches, better combos, and better dates for you. And that's all for now. I appreciate you for making it this far, so you should like, subscribe, and drop a comment so I don't get cooked by the YouTube algorithm. Join the Discord, and if you want to work with me one-on-one to get the fast track to a better dating life, check the link in the description. Your future matches will thank you. Stay based, y'all, and bye-bye.